All right, a very, very warm welcome. Many thanks for joining us on yet another edition of our program, Stop the Accident, a platform where together with you and all stakeholders, we think together and find solutions to reduce and minimize accidents in our country, Nigeria. We've been doing this for so many weeks now, and our feedback shows that we are reaching you. The tips are being used by you and all of the stakeholders. And we want to continue that this afternoon as we talk about domestic staff and safety at home. Actually, we started this about 2 weeks ago, and Monica Nwosu, our safety analyst, is already in our studio to continue to break it down for us. You leave your kids at home with the domestic staff and you are in the office. What are the training that you have? What are the training that they require to make sure that when you are not there, things are safe at home? I'm Kunle Aburo-Shade. We'll be right back after this time out. Stay with us.
The road signs means a solid red and then black cars which are allowed to cross that side.
Walter.
Hello?
What does this road sign mean?
I mean, the road sign name Snake Day, the roadside.
What does this road sign mean?
This road sign meaning police know the area, so everybody go fit do whatever he like.
All right, welcome back. It's live, it's direct. It's Stop the Accident from NTA Lagos. And this afternoon we continue our topic and the subject matter of domestic staff and safety in your home. Most of you are going to work, you are in your offices, you have left your kids, you've left your loved ones at home, with your domestic staff, and while you are in the office, are you sure that everything is safe at home? If there are emergency, are you sure of the things that needs to be done by your staff at home? These are the things we want to talk about this afternoon as Monica Nwosu joins me to give you all of the important tips that can just make that difference. Monica, welcome.
Thank you, Kunle. Good afternoon.
Fantastic. This cool breezy Sunday.
Yes.
We started this
here again.
2 weeks ago and we couldn't finish it. Let's have a summary of what we discussed 2 weeks ago.
Okay. We started this topic 2 weeks ago, and we started with the emergency preparedness and emergency evacuation. And we stated last week that at least there must be 2 exits.
Yes.
There must be 2 exits.
To the homes.
Yes, to your home. And it must be clearly known. And this exit, we stated that must not be blocked by anything. It must be properly decongested. And of course, we stated that there must be fire extinguishers at home. Now, not having fire extinguishers is not even enough. Having the fire extinguisher and the people at home being competent enough to handle the fire extinguishers in case there is any emergency when you are not there. And of course, they must be able to know some of the basic emergency numbers to call in case they call your number and you are not there, you're not available to pick up the call at that particular point. What would they resort to? Which other alternative number do they need to call? They must know. And of course, we stated that having this fire extinguisher is not only enough, we need to also be able to maintain these fire extinguishers periodically. And then finally, last week, we also stated that the commonest sources of fire. We stated that it's majorly cooking from the kitchen.
Yes,
using the gas
cookers.
Our DPK, that we popularly known as kerosene. using it at home to cook, unattended cooking. And of course, we also stated that faulty electrical connections or faulty electrical appliances, those are the commonest sources of fire. Those were the summary that we had last week. So this week, we will continue on domestic staff and safety at home.
Fantastic, Monica. And while you were listing this, fire extinguisher, very, very key. You said something that is not just enough to have one at home. Your domestic staff must be able to know how to use them.
Yes.
There was the story of that happened not long ago of a fire in the home, and the domestic staff was able to do what is needed to put off that fire.
Because the domestic staff had the adequate training.
And well, we have that domestic staff here this afternoon, and we're going to ask her how she went about it and got everything under control. Okay, fantastic. All right, we take our first break, and then we come back and continue to break it down. It's Stop the Accident this beautiful, lovely Sunday afternoon. We'll be right back.
Now you have a voice. Now you have the platform. Now let it be our collective responsibility to stop the accidents. Stop the Accidents beams its searchlight every week on the issue of safety and how to prevent accidents at the workplace, in our homes, on our roads, and on construction and building sites, and other accident-prone settings. Join Timiduro Dola and Kunya Bodishade as they investigate and talk to experts to bring you safety scoops every week. Stop the Accidents on NTA.
All right, welcome back. It's Life is Direct. It's Stop the Accidents, and we'll tell you that throughout the week, the conversation continues. www.stoptheaccident.tv. And well, all of you that have been sending us messages, emails, and all of that, we welcome that. And we also said that if there is something happening in your neighborhood, and you want to share with us, you are welcome to do that. Info at stoptheaccident.tv. Okay, now we are talking this afternoon about domestic staff and safety at home. We started this conversation 2 weeks ago, and we broke it down to you that there are certain things that are very, very important, in order that while you are at work or you are away, your loved ones and your kids with your domestic staff are safe at home, because sometimes they call you, you are not around to pick the phone, and they must be able to know one or two things to do immediately it is happening to curtail what will have been a very, very serious damage. And Monica, let's go quickly. We have identified all of those issues, and the issue of fire extinguisher.
Yes.
Fire extinguisher, not just get one and strap it in your home. How do they use it when they need to be used? You need to train them, isn't it? Yes. I should be able to know how to use them. And we have an example of someone who was trained properly, and when that time came, she rose to the occasion. Blessed Chibogu, welcome. Welcome. You're a hero.
Thank you,
sir. Speak out loud. Let the people at home hear what you are saying, because you're a hero. You were at home taking care of everybody, the kids, right? and then the fire broke out. Tell us your story.
What happened was, it was a very sunny day.
Yes.
Nobody was at home.
Okay.
I was all alone.
Okay.
Even the gate man wasn't around.
Okay.
It's on a Friday. We went to the mosque.
Okay, to pray.
Yes.
Okay.
So immediately I just heard a sound. I came out of the house to check everywhere. I couldn't find anybody. In the next minute, it was just fire from the AC.
Okay, from the air conditioner.
Yes,
From the air conditioner.
yes, from
Okay,
the
quickly,
air
quickly.
conditioner.
Yeah, okay. Oh dear.
At the initial time, I never knew what to do.
Okay.
Before I could remember that there is fire extinguisher at home, I just rushed to the balcony. I took the fire extinguisher.
From the balcony where the fire extinguisher was placed.
Yes.
Okay.
I just brought it out and I removed the curb, and I was trained.
Were you
not to-
trained? Were you trained how to
Yes.
use that fire extinguisher?
Yes, yes,
So
I
you
was
you
trained.
knew already what to do with that fire extinguisher.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
fantastic.
So
And
what did you do?
What did you do? What did you
I
do?
pulled up the fire extinguisher from the back and
Yeah.
I placed it at the base of the fire.
Okay.
And I continued pressing the powder,
Okay.
and before I knew it, the fire quenched down.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Monica, she said what happened. She was
Yes,
trained.
She was trained.
So you
And
are-
she was trained just barely 1 week. She's actually this is about three years ago. 2.5
really?
years.
2.5 years?
2.5. I had to go looking for her because of this topic.
Okay.
So that she will come and share her experience
Yes,
with us.
yes,
She
yes.
was trained, and 1 week after, right, Blessing?
Yes, sir.
1 week or 2 weeks after, and lo and behold, she was the only one at home, and the fire came up. Initially, she said that she didn't know what to do. Then she now remembered that
The training now came
there's
up.
a fire extinguisher.
Yes.
When she took the fire extinguisher, she knew what to do.
And that is it.
so she was able to use it. When she started using it, of course, the fire did not extinguish immediately, but she continued.
Yes.
And of course, she aimed the fire at the appropriate place, to the base
The
of
base,
the fire.
okay.
She didn't aim it on the flame.
Were you told to aim the extinguisher at the base of the fire? Was that part of your training?
Yes, yes. sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fantastic,
Yes, sir.
fantastic. This is what you have been advocating.
Yes.
There must be some form of training for your domestic staff. Imagine that day if Blessing was not trained. By the time you come back from the office, by the time your guys come back from the office, only God knows what will have
What
happened.
would have happened to the house.
You know what will have happened to the house, but Blessing did, what was necessary and all of that. So quickly, Monica, let's roll over what you have
Okay.
in the kitchen now.
In the kitchen,
Yes.
let's look at the kitchen, because the kitchen is where majority of those people spend most of their time. The domestic staff at home, they spend majority of their time at home in the kitchen. Now, when they are working in the kitchen, they are mopping the floors. The kids could be running around the kitchen while they are mopping the floor. They need to be able to caution the kids not to move around when the floors are wet.
Okay.
When they are cooking, the cooking must be attended to at all times.
Okay.
When their hands are wet and they want to use the electrical appliances, the portable electrical appliances, the blenders, the microwaves, the refrigerator, our irons and all of that, they must ensure that the electrical cord, it does not have any frayed wire, there's no exposure to the wire.
Okay.
And there must not be overloaded sockets in the kitchen.
Okay.
Plugging several points in one particular, socket or extension cord. They must ensure that that is completely eliminated. So they must be told. They must be taught. We cannot assume that they know. They must be clearly
In fact, we have
taught.
to assume that they don't know.
Fact. To be safe.
Yes, to be safe.
We have to assume that they don't know. So you need to let them understand that, look, some of this portable, because sometimes they are cooking and at the same time they are blending, they are using the microwave, they are using the refrigerators, they are using so many things at the same time within the kitchen environment. And sometimes they can be barefooted.
Okay.
While they are doing all this work within the kitchen environment, they need to be knowledgeable, they need to understand the fact that these electrical appliances carry currents.
Okay.
And your body is a very good avenue for this current to pass through if there is any contact.
Okay. All right. So is that for all for the
Then
kitchen?
we have the
For the kitchen?
bathrooms. Sometimes the the medications are left carelessly, we have some substances on the floor, maybe plastic substances on the floor, some of the tiny things on the floor. Kids could pick up these things and swallow them, and it could lead to choking and all of that. So the domestic staff that is attending to the kids at home, that is attending to the elderly ones at home, must be knowledgeable on these basic safety tips in order to ensure that to a very great extent the home is kept safe while we are at work.
Fantastic. I wonder if we have enough time to take calls. And well, if you can put a number on that screen, because I know millions of our viewers want to ask one or two things about what Monica has been saying. Can we have that number on the screen, please? Okay, while we are doing that now, you have talked about areas where there should be training. I want to ask you, blessing you, and I want you to speak up loudly. Apart from using the fire extinguisher, was there any other training that you received as a domestic staff in the home?
Yes.
So quickly.
The training was all about keeping the home safe.
Okay.
As in, like proper cleaning of the house and other domestic stuff.
Okay.
Like Clorox bleach.
Okay.
Keep them out
Hello?
of children.
Hello, good afternoon. We can hear you loud and clear. What's the name? Where are you calling from? And what is your contribution to the subject matter we are discussing this afternoon?
Okay, I'm calling you from Bedbank.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you likely said, most of the problem we have about fire extinguishers is Lagos State Fire Service or fire people who don't have the fire extinguisher. That's actually educating the people how to use it.
Okay.
So many houses have fire extinguisher, but the people living there are not actually correct.
Yes.
That is the most important thing. People have to learn fire extinguisher people to be aware of.
Okay.
Not just collecting money or install fire extinguisher, but you want to educate the people living at home how actually to use this fire extinguisher.
Okay.
I myself, I can't not only use fire extinguisher. Sometimes you hold it and you try to see how you spray fire extinguisher. I can't find how to spray it. Understand my point?
Yes, we get you. Thank you so much. All right then. Hello, good afternoon. Because I can see all the calls coming in as I said. Okay, so
another key area
quickly, yes.
Improper housekeeping. Like we stated already, there should be a place for everything and everything in it.
Good afternoon. We can hear you. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Quickly.
I'm calling from Lagos.
We are calling from Lagos. All right, Emmanuel, how safe is your home? Do you train your house help what to do when they are in the house?
Yeah, I train them very well, but I don't have one advice for people nowadays.
Okay.
Because that happened, I'm also a victim some days ago because I was just charging my phone because so I was not trying to put the phone on my head. But I didn't find my head, so I was like just receiving the call. Unexpectedly, my hand just got gone. So this is my advice for them. They should try. Even though some people, they are chatting, they still plug their phone.
So they should not plug their phones while charging. Okay. They should not use their phones while charging.
Okay. So what you are saying, Emmanuel, is that when you are charging the phone, they should be put off. The phone should be off while you are charging it.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you, Emmanuel, for that advice. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Okay, Monica, quickly, because I'm looking at the time and the calls are also coming in, so quickly, go ahead.
That's another very important point he has raised, the use of phones at home. So you have one point, everybody is plugging within the same mains and it is overloaded. And the phone is plugged and you are making calls with the phone while it is plugged. And of course, when the socket or a particular outlet is overloaded, of course, there's an exposure or likelihood for fire outbreak.
Hello? Good afternoon. We can hear you loud and clear. Your name, where are you calling from, and your contribution quickly.
I'm calling from Lagos.
From Lagos. Okay, go ahead.
I want to ask, please, can you enlighten me more concerning this fire extinguisher, please?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Because the use of fire extinguisher, a lot of people have fire extinguishers.
They don't know how to
They don't
use
know how
them.
to use them.
So the first caller actually stated something very important, that the person that installs the fire extinguisher for you should be able to train.
Okay, that's what he said.
She'll be able to train.
Okay.
And all of that. Fire alarms and smoke detectors beyond the fire extinguisher are also very important.
Okay, we can. Yes, good, yes. Good.
No, please, can you enlighten me more? That's what I'm not really good.
Okay, we will. Can you call us back after the program, please, so that we can
Educate you and
properly.
tell you the type of extinguishers you should have and how to use.
Okay, frantically, the director is saying that we have to go. Once again, we've not been able to do enough justice to this very important subject matter, but we continue to try, and we hope that the little we've been able to do that 2 weeks ago and now will help you, to minimize accidents in your homes. Thank you, Monica, for coming.
Thank you.
And a blessing. You're a hero. Continue to do
bless
that
you.
and all of that. And Kunle Aboro, you have a fantastic Sunday afternoon. Bye-bye.